It is April 27th, 2026. Welcome back to the Normigo channel. The AI ecosystem is firing on all cylinders. This week, we have record-level investments, rapid progress in agentic systems and robotics, political shakeups in US science policy, a push on hardware, and new tooling to make AI agents more observable. I pulled together 10 reports that all connect to one idea. The race to build reliable, scalable, real-world AI is getting more intense, more capital-intensive, and in some ways more collaborative. Let us dive in. We start with a major money story. This comes from Unwire, HK, on April 26, 2026, about Alphabet and a potential investment in Anthropic that could go up to $40 billion, including a near-term tranche and further milestone funding. The coverage also reveals Amazon's recent multi-billion commitment, so the combined headlines create a very large wig for Anthropic. A fair line of questions is about overlap between cloud sales and model ownership, because it can look like a closed loop when the same large platforms fund and serve compute. Either way, it shows the scale of the bet on frontier models. The cost side of training also shows up outside pure internet companies. A Reuters item that circulated widely, including in Hacker News discussions, describes SpaceX's AI efforts spending at a pace that competes with Starlink's cache engine. The wider point is the same. Modern AI is not a low-budget science fair project. It is a long-duration capital business. On the policy side, the United States had an abrupt change at the top of a key science body. Engadget reported on April 26 that the administration terminated several members of the Independent National Science Board, which helps set policy for the National Science Foundation, a very large funder of basic university research. Elected officials pushed back, arguing that the move can weaken a pipeline that has supported decades of US innovation. For the AI world, the tension is that private capital can scale fast, but public research infrastructure is still a base layer. In robotics, the South China Morning Post on April 26 filed a Shenzhen-focused story. The reporting highlights a dense supply chain, fast iteration, and more practical field demos, not only stage shows. A second SCMP item the same day connects software to that hardware story, discussing OpenClaw adding DeepSeek V4 style models, plus discussion of Huawei-related optimization, which matters for the compute stack story. Together, they show why embodied AI feels concrete in that ecosystem right now. A WeChat article on April 26 argues that OpenAI is moving toward what it calls harness engineering, meaning you design the stable runtimes, guardrails, and observation layers, not only handwritten feature code, so agents can complete longer workflows. That is the same story. Many enterprises are running. The job title changes as agents become part of the product. The developer keynotes and recaps of Google Cloud Next, including posts on the DEV community in late April, emphasize an agentic enterprise posture. Readouts mention agent runtimes, gateways, stronger networking for large clusters, and a push on observability, plus demos that use multiple agents with separate roles. A practical takeaway is that 2026 is a year of platforms, not only models, because the integration and operations layer decides whether anything ships. In robotics research, Ars Technica on April 26 covered software that helps robots learn their physical limits and avoid joint issues, and it discusses transfer of learned limits across different hardware. If that works in production settings, you get faster deployment because the same safety logic can move between robot lines. Mashable on April 26 wrote about a news-like outlet with ties to OpenAI that may be largely machine-generated, which raises questions about labels, audience trust, and the role of money in public information. The underlying issue is not can models write text? It is what disclosure and editorial standards should look like when they do. Finally, a developer essay on the DEV community argues that agents are distributed systems, and you need good tracing. Similar to the direction of OpenTelemetry and newer GenAI style conventions, plus better tooling. So you can see tool calls, branching, and model steps. If 2025 was the year of demos, 2026 is increasingly the year of why did my agent do that in production? And you need the logs to answer it. What ties the week together? The shift from a single best model to a full stack infrastructure, policy, and physical world deployment. Agents are moving out of the lab, and the winners are likely the teams that can run them with governance. I linked every source in the description with the original titles, including the DEV post, the observability essay, the Reuters and Engadget items, the SCMP stories, Unwire, Mashable, Ars, the WeChat piece, and more. Which of these excites you most or worries you? Tell me in the comments. If you enjoy this, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Stay curious, stay grounded, and I will catch you later.